My name's Michael Ramirez. I'm from Long Beach. I go by Instagram Ink by the Sea. So, I just grew up in Long Beach and always been fascinated with art. My dad is a tattoo artist, so that's one thing that brought me into the industry. Seeing my dad tattoo all his homies and friends and family. Coming up, just drawing as a kid. I believe I did like my first portrait like around the age of 9, 10. And I just kept doing and kept bouncing from like a lot of like Aztec drawings, lettering, just different genres. And but yeah, that's what got me into tattooing. And I love it. I love my life, and every day I work to try to get better than the day before.
Did you have any professional training for it, or how did that exactly start? I know you said like your father and everything, so it was just an inspiration.
He gave me a lot of help, but for a long time, like I was just on my own. I kind of taught myself how to pick up the machine, how to kind of just playing with it, and I actually went away and I kind of picked it up mostly in jail, and that's where I started with tattooing. I believe it was I was 23 or 24. I started painting, tattooing, and going bouncing back and forth. So I did a lot of these paintings while I was in prison. During my time, I took time to just focus on growing as an artist, and finally I got out about 3 years ago, and I hit the floor running, trying to grow, trying to get better, trying to just sharpen up my skills, network with everybody, network with a lot of artists, and just get out there. But yeah, I've been out here about 3 years. I've been at this shop with Mi Familia a year, and it's been great. We learned a lot from all these guys and girls, and they definitely helped me get to where I'm at right now. Overall, the work ethic and the vision is something that I'm just on it a lot. Try to just stay busy and always doing something new. Try to switch it up, trying to learn a new technique.
Do you feel like the family here, the name is Mi Familia, is really a family, and how do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, I feel like they're my brothers and sisters, and definitely I treat them like that too, and everybody has a different perspective in the art that we put out, and I like to just get a little bit of everybody and just kind of translate it in my own, and it's definitely fun, while we're doing it, we're having fun, we're joking around, at the same time taking our career serious and our professionalism serious, to just give the best tattoos that we can to our clients, and represent the Mi Familia as best as we can.
And as a tattoo artist, is there a specified sort of technique that you like or that you're sought out after?
I like black and gray, realism. I do a lot of black and gray. I love all types of tattoo styles, art. Yeah, like just painting. I like painting also. I like color tattoos. I like traditional. There's just so many that every style has its own special, view on it. I love tattooing, and I love all kinds of different tattoos. So I try to be an all-around artist, but mainly what I do is black and gray.
And as a Mexicano, you're Mexican, correct?
Yeah.
In this realm, do you feel like there is a lot of representation within this area that we are in the OC?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of Raza that have so much talent. They put out our culture, they put our gente out there with the way we do our tattoos. It's a style out here in California, there's a style out here that in somewhere else they're just jogging it, they're just like, oh man, that's dope, it's just a style we do things, and I think it started from our own elders, just how we translate our culture through skin, and just the style. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was great talking to you. And
Great talking to you. Thank you.
thank you so much.
My name is Ronan Lugo, originally from Ventura, resided out in San Diego. Just moved down here, or up here to LA or Anaheim since November. I started tattooing, or my Instagram is Ronan_tattoo, TAT number 2. I've been tattooing for about 4 years. My main style is traditional, fine line. What got me into tattooing, it's been quite a bit of a blessing. I started getting into tattoos since I can remember on my grandpa's tattoo, which was just the outline of a heart and his initials with a little arrow across from it, and it just intrigued me a lot. And my family was really influenced with a lot of different type of arts, but they never gone to the extent of working as an artist of any type of media. For a while, when I was going to school, I was going for arts. I was actually going to be a history art major, and it pretty much honed me down more of my drawings and stuff. And in between that, I met a buddy of mine that had a tattoo equipment from eBay, and he was just tattooing people like left and right at parties, and I just started to tag along with them. And then one day, a couple of my friends told me, "Hey, you know how to draw?" I was like, "Yeah." So it was kind of destiny that it came about to become an artist, and pretty much more self-taught. But when I was in San Diego, I got a mentor and showed me more of the ropes. And I was actually coming from an industry of industrial, and then the last job I had before I was actually a full-time artist, I was a aerospace inspector. So the pandemic kind of hold me off for a bit to be a full-time artist. And then once the opportunity hit, I just hit the ground running, and ever since then, I've just been doing this.
And do you remember at which age you were that you fell in love with art?
I will say probably like 3 or 4, because Popeye was the main influencer that got me into drawing. Classic cartoons like Merry Melodies, Tom and Jerry. It really brought about where I was like getting drawings from comic books and stuff and just tracing them out, and on honesty, it helped me out a lot more of fine-tuning my line work and everything, and it came out more natural from just tattooing. But I just remember when I was going to school, always competing with other kids, and it'd be like, "Oh, he drew this," and I used to draw Batman and Ninja Turtles and stuff, and it just got me just loving it.
And you say you're originally
From Ventura.
From Ventura?
Ventura County.
Where do you see the difference in the art community from there to here in Los Angeles, or where in the OC right now?
Well, from Ventura, it's a lot of like Chicano, like, you know, Mexican, black and gray. San Diego, it has a really good mix of things, but what really brought my attention over there was the traditional aspect of it from there. And then from here is like black and gray. It's just saturated with a lot of great artists out here, and you could like hit up almost every corner, like, you know, a good tattoo shop. But like I see though it's Southern California, there's a difference of style, like if you really pinpoint it if you want to. And that's what I love about being here in the West Coast, that there's different styles that you could say that it's West Coast, but it's a little bit of a different origin or city, if you want to say.
Mm-hmm. And what draws you to working here at Mi Familia, if you're like, you know, you've been through a broader spectrum of here to there?
Sorry?
What draws you to working at Mi Familia?
Here, honestly, like the first day I was here, like I just felt the love. Like I felt like, you know, really communicative. I felt part of the team right away. Like, you know, just really felt like home. I'm practically here almost all the time, just because I feel it's more like home than a workplace. Like I talk to these people, like, or my friends I consider almost all the time, besides work, and it's a really good atmosphere that made me focus more on my artwork and more focus on having to go beyond what I'm used to. So like being traditional, looking at all this like great black and gray artists around me, it has catapulted me more into what I want to do in my future as a career in the tattoo world.
And when you think of Mi Familia, what does that mean to you personally?
To me, it's sacred. Like, to me, I have two daughters, and to me, it's just like being around them and be around people that I feel comfortable with and feel that I could grow with has given me like a lot more support and has given me a lot more of a understanding what friendship takes to, and besides just being coworkers. And when my other experience at other shops, I never felt like this before, at other shops. So I feel like really grateful just to be here.
My name is Ali, aka Cupid Tattoos. I started tattooing about a year and a half ago. Started here in Anaheim. I guess I got a little bit bored during quarantine, so I hit up one of my friends who's a tattoo artist. He's pretty well known in the industry, and he actually had me come out for a quick session just so I can see what he's doing and all his setup. He actually offered me an apprenticeship when I was about 15, but I wasn't able to do it. I was going to school and I was involved in a lot of extra activities, so I actually kept in contact with him all these years, and I went in for that session and he actually gave me my first machine, so I was able to start tattooing. I got home and ended up tattooing like 12 tattoos on my best friend. They came out pretty good, so I decided maybe I should keep going with this. And yeah, that's how I started.
If you don't mind me asking you, how old are you?
I'm 27, just turned 27.
And being a woman in the tattoo field, how does that feel in a predominantly male industry?
So I think since it's really dominated by males, a lot of my female clients are really comfortable coming to me. They do have sometimes scars, or they want tattoos in different places that are more private. They feel more comfortable a woman doing it. I also feel that having women in the industry opens the space up for a lot of feminine creativity. It brings a lot of feminine art to the industry, like more fine line tattoos, more I guess something more that females can relate to, motherhood tattoos, more color, more sparkly. So having that woman's touch, I feel like really helps the industry a lot.
Do you feel like you were discriminated against at any point while you were looking for a sediment studio?
Not so much discriminated against. I just feel they didn't think that I could do as much as they could. I feel like walking in as a girl, I don't want to always see a bunch of skulls with flames. I want to see more, girly tattoos, more floral, and something that fits my personality a little bit better. So I'm happy that the industry kind of exploded with more females, and gives us a little bit more power to show what we can do, and we can do just like males can.
And how do you feel the support of the guys that work here at Mi Familia?
I feel very spoiled here. They do help me a lot. Anything I need, they really treat me like a sister, and they always support me. They push me up, they motivate me. I see them soaring, so I want to go there too, and they don't mind bringing me along. So I'm really glad that I'm here. I have a great team.
And your background in art, what is it?
I've been doing art since I was actually 1. Let me show you this picture. My mom sent me it. That's when I turned 1, and I've been drawing and painting ever since. I was in AP art in high school. I stopped a little bit in college, but I was doing nails, portraits on nails. I got into makeup. So I think that really helped me get into tattooing, because everybody saw my background and they said, okay, you can do really steady hand stuff, and that helped me a lot. That's why I got a lot of clients, because they saw my background in art.
So do you see yourself staying with tattooing for the rest of your life?
Definitely. I used to work for the county last year, so I decided to take the leap. I was really, really scared. Quit my job. I was there for like 4 years. I had like set plans already for my future, but I decided to take that leap, quit my job, and it's been the best thing I've done ever since. I don't think I could see myself doing anything else, and I wouldn't ever go back.
And what does Mi Familia mean to you?
I think they have really helped me open myself up and be more comfortable in the environment that I'm in. I feel really blessed to be here. Anything that I need, everybody's willing to jump in and help, give me ideas. They have really pushed me to be a better person, and having everybody surrounding me, I feel like it's a really great environment for me to be in and grow forward and, you know, take my team with me.
So my name is Toto. My Instagram is Tattoo Long Beach. Clearly I'm from Long Beach. And I'm a tattoo artist at Mi Familia.
And how'd you start off with your career?
I actually started like a few years ago. Started off with like a basic kit that one of my friends gave me. He used to tattoo and he stopped tattooing. And then shortly after I got into some trouble, I ended up in prison. And in prison is where I really like honed in on the craft, you know? And there you have a lot of time. I had a lot of time to work on my art, just to reflect on myself as a man. And that's really where I learned like a lot of it.
And in prison, how were you able to attain the tools to tattoo?
Well, so in prison you're able to buy a CD player, you're able to buy a guitar. So for the guitar, obviously you have to have guitar strings, they sell that. You make a tattoo machine out of the motor in the CD player that makes it spin. The needles, you get it from the guitar string, and then you sharpen it. You sharpen it on the cement, either on the wall or on the floor. And then you make your ink. You take, you get an apple, you hollow out the apple, you pour in baby oil and put a wick on it, and whatever burns is you scrape that off and you mix it with a little bit of water, and then there you have your ink and you're ready to go. At first, I didn't, going in, I didn't know much. I would go in and people would know, like, because they see me draw, and they didn't really want to help me, I feel like, because everybody wanted to just be the top artist. So I learned everything basically on my own in there, how to build my own stuff. And on my downtime, I would draw.
And when did your love for art, maybe not in the tattoo realm, begin? And at what age?
So I was pretty young. I was actually in elementary school. So I feel like it came from me being lazy, you know? And when we would do class projects, we would be told to find a team, and everybody would pick me when like they would do the team thing because they knew like I didn't want to do the work. I'd do the illustration part. I'd do the drawing part. And I didn't think much of it at the time, but that's where it came from. And I feel like I'm still that way now. Like I like to like make new ways to do things that I've already seen, you know? So yeah, I get inspired a lot by like, you know, the pioneers of black and gray, also lettering. But it comes from that. It comes from my background, how I grew up, the people that I saw. I grew up in like in a rough neighborhood, and all you see is like the guys, like the gangsters with the tattoos, you know, my uncles, my dad. Like I kind of grew into it, and I saw the artwork and loved it. So now I took a different route, actually producing it. Yeah.
Do you think the stigma of the machismo figure in Chicanx culture has changed with having tattoos on the body? Do you think it's more accepted now?
It's way more accepted. You know, you see a lot more people, and it doesn't matter what area you work in. You see doctors, you see dentists, you see lawyers, like all kinds of people with tattoos from different walks of life. And they got way more accepted, I feel, because they like came out and people seen their tattoos, and so now it's just different. Now it's, instead of being like an outlaw or something like that, it's more of having art on your body, and the art representing like who you are, where you come from. Depending on the person, some people just love the art, some people love flowers, other people want to get a story on them. And I really love that.
And working at Mi Familia, what does it mean to you? Who do your coworkers mean to you?
So before I worked here, I worked in another shop, and it was a cool shop, but the atmosphere that's here, where it's like a brotherhood, sisterhood. We help each other. If we see something wrong with the piece, we help each other versus us letting do some bullshit work. We actually tell each other like, hey, this looks a little off, this looks a little crooked. No one's a hater here, and everybody like has each other's back. It's also cool that different artists here love different things. They have a different style, and so it's always good to like learn and watch other artists do their thing, because you can be doing the same style and someone will do it a whole different way. And you can incorporate that in the way you do it, and that's how you really grow. You don't have to go all the way into the way someone else does it because it looks nice. Everyone has their own way of working, and it's just good to pick up off of like each other.
Mi nombre es Guillermo Figueroa, soy originario de Guadalajara, Jalisco, México, y mi Instagram es Guillermo_Tinta.
¿Por cuánto tiempo estás haciendo tatuaje y cómo entraste en este show?
Tengo aproximadamente 25 años tatuando, profesionalmente ya 22, y empecé tatuando a la edad de mis primeras experiencias, 11 años, después de tener la atención de ver a mi tío tatuar. Fue como yo empecé mis primeras experiencias. Fue una etapa que él tomó cuando era joven. Yo tenía 8 años aproximadamente cuando yo lo vi tatuar, ¿verdad? Y me llamó mucho la atención. Entonces, ya a la edad de 10 años, por primera vez vi la maquinita que él estaba usando y me llamó mucho la atención. Yo he sido una persona muy inquieta desde niño y se me ocurrió hacer una maquinita, y así fue como yo empecé a tener mis primeras experiencias con mis amigos tatuándolos.
¿Y usted estaba practicando cómo?
Sí, tenía mis amigos. Yo los tatuaba, me permitían hacerles tatuajes, pequeños tatuajes.
¿Qué le tatuajes a ellos?
Bueno, empezaba con letras, sus iniciales de sus nombres, crucecitas, cosas así, no nada difícil. Recuerdo que no podía hacer círculos, si hacía una letra era cuadrada, porque no podía hacer círculos.
¿Y usted es mexicano?
Soy mexicano. Sí.
¿Cómo te has sentido trabajando en el tatuaje industrial aquí en Estados Unidos?
Bueno, ha sido un poco difícil para mí porque en mi caso yo no tuve a alguien que me ayudara o que me enseñara cómo tatuar. Entonces lo que yo sé es porque yo lo he aprendido con mi propia experiencia, ¿verdad? En el tiempo que yo empecé era bien difícil entrar en la industria del tatuaje. En estos tiempos cualquier persona puede agarrar equipo, puede entrar, puede estar tatuando, puede conseguir el equipo en internet, ¿verdad? Antes no era así. Solamente si tenías un lugar donde trabajar, tú eres un tatuador profesional, podías conseguir tu equipo. Entonces eso para mí fue una barrera, fue un poco difícil, ¿verdad? Pero yo soy una persona la cual no siento que no tengo límites, puedo hacer lo que yo quiera. Hasta ahorita he hecho lo que yo he querido, ¿verdad? Y ha sido difícil, una por el lenguaje, el idioma, perdón. No, yo llegué aquí hablando español, ¿verdad? Era muy difícil para mí, entonces a la edad de 26 años yo abrí por primera vez mi estudio y por primera vez empecé a tatuar yo, dijéramos, en un tiempo completo, ¿verdad? Entonces era difícil el idioma, sobre todo porque llegaba gente y me preguntaban, querían hacer trabajos y yo no entendía muy bien qué querían, pero entonces eso es lo que me ha limitado en ciertas cosas para poder yo evolucionar. Pero aquí estoy.
Trabajando aquí con mi familia, ¿sientes que sí, ellos todos son familia?
Claro que sí, es parte ¿qué puedo decir? Tiempo completo. Yo aquí vivo la mayoría del tiempo, ¿verdad? Y siento que son muy buenas personas conmigo. Jonás, ¿verdad? Él es una persona muy, muy atenta, muy consciente también. Creo que estoy bien a gusto aquí.
Muchas gracias.
My name is Jonas Aguilar, and my IG is John Tattoo, JON_tattoo. That's a number 2, by the way. Oh, sorry. So, I had a buddy of mine that used to fix cars, and this one time he fixed somebody's car that couldn't pay him, so he offered him to pay him with a tattoo machine. So then my buddy just passed it on to me, and ever since then I was tattooing all my friends.
And how old were you when that happened?
I was 21, so, at 21 I was tattooing all my friends from, I had tons of friends that all wanted tattoos, and so I wasn't very good at it at the beginning, but, that's how I started off, It was really tough to tattoo back in the days, because tattooing is way different now. It's a little bit more easier with the knowledge that people have, and all these YouTube videos and stuff like that, but back then it was way different. It was much more harder, so
How long have you been tattooing for?
15 years, going on 16.
And how substantial has it shown for you when it comes to your own personal love for it and also financially?
Oh, well, when I first started tattooing, I couldn't stop thinking about tattooing. I fell in love with it right away. I would go to sleep thinking about tattooing, and I would wake up thinking about tattooing, and I just wanted to tattoo all day long. And financially, it wasn't as good as it is now at the beginning, but now it's definitely much better, because tattooing has gone in a much more better financially direct way. Yeah.
And what's your position here at Mi Familia?
I'm co-owner of Mi Familia Tattoo Studios, so along with Pixies, and we actually have another tattoo shop in Lake Cansino as well, and we're looking into opening up a third one as well.
So it sounds like business is good right now.
Yeah, it's good, but we just want to grow, and we want our artists to grow as well, and we just want to better everybody, financially and artistically.
Do you have a family?
I do. I have a wife, and I have 2 kids, and they're pretty much everything that I do is for them.
And being Latinx in a community like this, how do you see the tattoo world growing within that community?
So, tattooing has came far. It's been crazy. If you would have asked that question 10 years ago, I would have said, "Oh, tattooing has a limit." But seeing what it has become now, it's there's no telling what there is in the future for it. It's almost exciting, to see it's gonna evolve even more. It's a really big industry, so definitely gonna be better.
And do you have a style of tattooing that you prefer to do?
Portrait work, yeah. So I got into portraits because I hated having to sketch like drawings and stuff. I hated freehanding stuff. And so one thing that I loved was portraits because this would be like a tattoo that would mean something to somebody by far, like a lot. Because like some of these portraits are from people that have passed away, and so it's really kind of almost it feels good being part of like the what's it called, that experience of like having to have somebody on their hand or arm or whatever, and they have it for the rest of their lives. You know, they don't have to pull out a picture from their wallet or anything. They can just look down in the arms and see their loved one and stuff, and feels good that they carry it on even after they pass away. They have it in their arm, you know.
And what does Mi Familia's tattoo studio mean to you?
It means everything to me. It's something that I think about all day long. You know, how good is the shop doing? How from the cleanliness to the people that I hire here. Yeah, it just means everything to me.
No, thank you so much, Jonas, for your time.
You're welcome.
So, Big C's. My IG handle is at Big C's with 2 G's and Big. Born and raised in East Los Angeles. Started tattooing in the neighborhood, and then just took it to the next level and became a professional. And now it's been 25 years that I've been tattooing. I'm the owner and artist here at Mi Familia. I've owned the Anaheim studio for going on 13 years now, and made Jonas my partner a year and a half ago, I think, and opened up a new location in Lake Elsinore, California. So it's been great.
And what inspired you to become a tattoo artist?
I've always been an artist since I was younger. Since I was 5, actually. I've always been an artist. But it wasn't until I got my first tattoo when I was 17 in the neighborhood. And then I was like, shoot, I want to do this. I want to put my artwork on people. So then I just started doing all the homies and messing up a lot of people. And then I got a mentor who is Johnny Quintana, who's out of the ink shop in, I forget where his shop is at, but he's been my mentor for years, and he's a black and gray realistic artist. So he told me one time that don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Pick something and master it. So I'm also an airbrush artist. I've been an airbrush artist for going on 30 years now. And I decided that my passion was tattooing. So I stopped airbrushing for a minute and I focused on tattooing until I felt my tattoo was getting better. And then I brought airbrushing back. And then I started painting some canvases with airbrush. And then I kept that same mentality, don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. So when I got to the point where I had enough clientele, then I said to myself, all I want to do is black and gray realism. So I just started focusing on that and not anything else. And that's what I've been doing now. And I mean, I can't say that I'm a master of that yet, because there's always more that you can learn,
And so your level of success, like being on Ink Master and all that stuff, when it came to all the hard work that you put into the shop, how did that make you feel?
So I gotta say first that I'm a Christian artist, so being a Christian artist, I can never take full responsibility for, the place that I'm at right now. Of course, I got to give all credit to God, because I feel like God's the one that places me where I needed to be, and blessed me with, the ability to tattoo and stuff like that. So the credit has to go to him first of all. And but I also set goals for myself. I've always been the type that would set a goal for myself and try to, exceed that goal, and accomplish that goal. So I've always said that one day I want to own my own studio. And again, it just so happened that I was placed in this tattoo studio 14 years ago, and then the owner decided that he didn't want it anymore after a year, and he gave me the opportunity to buy it, and I did, and it's been a blessing ever since. So everything just started, again, it's all God's plan, so everything just started falling into place, and and then bringing on Jonas as one of my artists, and I can see that he wanted to be a businessman as well. So I figured that would be the best bet to have a partner and then grow Mi Familia. And then together we decided, hey, you know what, just like I got Jonas to become a business owner, what if we just started doing that for all our artists, as they grow. We want them to open up their own shop and then partner with them. And this way everybody grows and not everybody's stuck in a shop being a tattoo artist for making money for somebody else. You know what I mean?
So what does your tattoo familia mean to you?
So that's a good question, because Mi Familia is exactly what it is, Mi Familia, and I try to make not only our artists and the people that are in our shop family, but also my biggest thing is making the client family. We want the client to be a part of Mi Familia, and I think we've all done a good job doing that, because we have all a good relationship with our clients. That's why if you notice going into our shop here and even in the shop in Anaheim, nobody wears earphones when they're tattooing, because that's one of our rules, is that you don't wear earphones while you're tattooing, because we want you to build a relationship with your client instead of putting on the earphones and not caring about what the client has to say. In tattooing for 25 years, I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of, death in the family, bad marriages, bad kids, just situations that a lot of times clients don't have anybody to talk to, and maybe they're getting tattooed to, and they want to talk to you. And then you put on those earphones and now they're not talking, So, yeah, I want you to build a relationship with your client and make them part of the family.
And you getting tattooed yourself, you being a tattoo artist and you carrying that art on you as well, what does that mean to you personally?
Like the tattoos that I have? So, first of all, I hate getting tattooed. I'm like the biggest sissy when it comes to getting tattooed. But I basically tattooed like my whole sleeve on my on my right hand, so my right arm. So this is all me from the time that I started tattooing, and then I just recently got a full sleeve by a master whose name is Highland Pool, and that was the worst pain of my life, but they all have a meaning, especially this sleeve, because there's a geisha on my sleeve, which represents my wife. There's a samurai with the cross on the helmet, which represents, again, my Christianity. I'm a soldier for God. And then I got food dogs on the inside that represent guardians and protectors, because that's what I am, is to my family and friends, you know.
Are you excited for the future of Mi Familia and it growing?
Absolutely. I mean, I think we got a great crew here in Anaheim that, you know, I can't wait for all of them to succeed, and we got a great crew in Elsinore too that I can't wait for them to succeed as well. You know, my biggest thing is like coming from the hood, you know, and not having anything to now owning 2 studios and one time 3 studios, because I had Oklahoma studio and then I sold it, but you know, and owning my own home and stuff like that, like it's a great accomplishment for me, you know, and I want everybody else to feel the same thing, you know. So I want to help all our artists to grow, you know, and have the same feeling that I have.
Well, thank you so much, Bixus, for sitting down with us.
Oh yes, thank you guys.
All right, thank you.